Cincinnati. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. Tucker McCann set to go.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 71 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your...
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Bengals 3-yard line.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Ravens have got it.
Complete. Fumble on the play.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
1st and goal.
That goes for a gain of 31. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
36-yard line.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 5.
They run. It's Gurley. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Cincinnati.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ravens 7, Bengals nothing.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the gun, it's Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete. 3 and out. 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a deep shot. He's got a man. Complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for...
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
Jerry Jeudy
With touchdown number 8 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Intercepted by the Ravens.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
87.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite-level production.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He's going to take off with it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's good for a Cincinnati.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half.
The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it.
Jackson on the keeper.
You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
On second down, here's Burrow. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the gun on third down is Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
20. Bengals nothing.
The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards.
At their own
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Jackson's pass.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
5 brings up second and
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he'll air this one deep. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
brought down just shy of the goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
Will Disley. That's good for us.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Nicole Hartman on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10. at their own 23.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
To throw again, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And Jackson now. Out to his left.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to...
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. And he'll bang that one through. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is...
And nothing but daylight ahead. 30. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Wide open receiver complete.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
6-yard line.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Burrow. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Steps away to his left. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
Tackled by Logan Wilson.
Jackson now down around his goal line, sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Over the middle here to Brown. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
Baltimore.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
62 yards.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Burrow. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it'll bring up third down.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Dion.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Hardman to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open. Because
now Burrow loses the football.
And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught at the 10. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
they can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called